Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing baby names we love but will not be using. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's get into it. This is probably the longest I have gone without posting a video, maybe ever. I have been so terrible at posting on here, so I apologize. I'm gonna really try and get better. Life has just been absolutely crazy. I'm filming at my new office right now for the first time. I mean, I've been filming updates here, but I haven't filmed an actual video here before. I'm hoping it's not too echoey. I do still need to get some more furniture in here, so yeah. But I figured I'm gonna try and start filming here because it's pretty easy and I don't have to set everything up over and over again like I do at home. So anyway, I thought it would be fun to do this video. I have seen so many people do it before, and I always just think it's fun to hear the names that they have thought about. So to be fair, we found out around 12 weeks, I think, what we were having, which we are having a little boy. So we didn't spend a ton of time thinking about girls' names, and we had never talked about kids' names before we were pregnant. So we didn't have a lot of time to kind of even explore girl names. So there's some on the list, but they're not ones that we really even, like, I guess fully considered because we found out so early that we were having a boy. So I'm going to share those ones with you. Adam and I had a really hard time coming up with names that we both liked. And in general, you never realize how hard it is to name a child until you actually do it. Like, that person has to have that name when they're a baby, a toddler, a child, an adolescent, an adult, a professional, an old person. Like, they need to have the name for their whole life. And you want to make sure their initials aren't something terrible. It's just a lot of pressure. I'm editing this video right now and I figured I should throw this in there. Our criteria for the names, where we didn't want any family names because we didn't want somebody to feel left out. So we're not doing like one person's family name. And the other criteria was that we didn't want it to be any of our close friends' names or any of their kids. And since we are the last people to have kids, that was a lot of names to just cross off the list right away. So just figured I would throw in some of our criteria before I get into the names. I also feel like I need to just put this disclaimer out there. If this is the name of you or someone you know or your child or someone you love, this is nothing against any of these names. This video is just for fun and it's names that we like. So obviously it's not anything bad about these names. But I just figured I would say that. There's so many factors to take into consideration when you're choosing a name, like what the middle name would be, what the last name would be, all the things. So please do not be offended by any of my opinions in this video. So we had quite the hard time coming up with names, but I'm gonna share them with you. I'm sure this is obvious, but I'm not gonna share what his name is. I am keeping that between our close family and our closest friends. So yeah, that will be not shared, but we'll share after he is born. We have a shared document in Google Keep. It's kind of where we put like our grocery list or anything that we both need to have access to. And so we were just continuing to add names to this list of what names that we liked. But truly for girls' names, we never came up with a name that both of us liked. So these are names that either Adam added or that I added, but none of them are ones that both of us really liked. So first is Penelope. I love the name Penelope. I don't know what the nickname would be because I don't know that I like Penny, but I think that would be the nickname for Penelope. So unless we just called her by her full name, but I think that the name Penelope is so beautiful, although it is pretty long and Adam's last name is pretty long. So the baby would have like an extra long name. So yeah, that was the first one that I put on the list. And then I have Olivia. I love the name Olivia too. I think it is so, so beautiful. I do think that it's like a little bit overdone right now. And so maybe we wouldn't name her that. The name that we chose is not a super unique name, but we don't know anyone with that name. So I guess it's not unique, but it's not common, if that makes sense. The next name is Harper. I love this name too. Obviously, I love all of these names, but Harper was one that I just think is so cute. I think it's one of those names that really would work for any age And yeah, just love that name. Sophia is another one that was my pick. I just think that it's beautiful. I think that Sophie is a really cute nickname for Sophia. And Sophie's actually a really cute name just on its own. And for some reason, Olivia and Sophia, they are like, I group them together. Like they're in the same category of names. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but it feels like there's certain names that are like in the same genre of names, even though that's not a thing. But hopefully you know what I mean. But Sophia is one of those names that I just think is timeless and beautiful. And then Rosie, I think Rosie is so cute too. I've actually seen a few little girls named Rosie over the past couple of years. So I think it's becoming more popular, but I think it's one of those names that, and like Rose too, although I like Rosie better. Rosie is one of those names that I think would be a timeless name. It's not something that's like a super, super trendy name, but it is a little bit more popular right now. And then the names that Adam added to the list, the first one is Lena. And Lena always reminds me of that actress. What is her name? Lena, hold please. She's the girl in Girls. Lena Dunham. That's what Lena always reminds me of. I can't even say that because I just forgot who it was. But I always I picture her if I picture Lena. And one of the things that actually when we were talking about names with my parents, my dad was like, if somebody has the name and you have a specific feeling about that person, then you'll always think of them. It won't be like a clean slate for your kid. And so Lena for me reminds me of Lena Dunham, and I picture her and I picture like all of the controversy around her. And so I wouldn't want to then have my kid portray that in my head. The next one is Evelyn, and I actually know a few kids named Evelyn, and an old friend of mine is Evelyn. We always called her Evie. I think it's a really cute name, but I don't know that it would be in my top 4 naming our daughter that. His next pick is Genevieve, which I also think this is really pretty. And Jessica Braun, who's one of my favorite YouTubers, her daughter is Genevieve and they call her Gigi, and I think that's really cute. But again, it's so long. So the names, I don't know, it's hard when you're trying to think of initials and all of that and then what you would call them. And I don't know that I would call our kid Gigi. Maybe I would. My sister had a friend named Genevieve and they called her Jenny. And so I don't think I would want her to have that nickname for Genevieve. I don't know. But that was his next one. And then he has Isabel, which Isabel is so popular. I know so many little girls named Isabel that I don't think that I would want to do that one if for no other reason because of that. And then the last one on his girl list is Adeline, which same thing. It's so popular right now. I feel like everyone has an Adeline or an Addie. So yeah, for that reason, I don't think we would do it. Okay, let's talk about boy names. So we did find out at 12 weeks that we were having a boy. So we had a lot more time to really think through and kind of flush out boy names together. So there are a couple. We actually test drove one of the names for probably 3 weeks before changing it to what his name is going to be. So I'm actually not gonna share that one because if we do have another boy, we might still use it. I think we both still really liked it and we were kind of almost set on it. So that one I'm not gonna share. The first one is one that I really liked, and that's Liam. I think Liam is such a cute and timeless name. I also really like that it's short because you don't necessarily need a nickname for it. And with Adam's last name being long, I think that it would have gone really well being short and then long, but he was not that much of a fan of it. Next is Parker, and we actually both really liked Parker, but because Adam's last name has an ER in it, it would be Parker and then another ER sounding name back to back. I felt like it was too many of that same sound that it sounded weird. So we decided against that. Next is Camden, which is one that Adam really liked. And so he'd be CC because his last name starts with a C. So I think that's really cute too. But we ultimately decided against it. I actually don't know anyone named Camden. I do know quite a few kids named Cameron, but no one named Camden. Then we have Derek, which I actually don't No, I do know a couple of Dereks. I don't know any kids named Derek. I know quite a few people my age named Derek, but I don't know. I'm not that much of a fan of it, but I think Adam really liked it. It is one of those names that I think that you could have like throughout life. It's not a name that is specifically a kid name or an adult name. I think it's a name that would kind of travel with you. Then Dexter is one of Adam's choices, and that just reminds me of that TV show Dexter. Isn't there like a Dexter, the cartoon character, like the scientist guy? Is that Dexter? Maybe, I don't know. I didn't watch really a lot of TV when I was a kid, but I'm pretty sure that's Dexter. But I don't know anyone named Dexter. So I think that I just associate it with like TV characters. And yeah, just for me, it was a pass, but I know that Adam really liked that name. Next is Everett, which we both actually really liked Everett too. I think it's such a cute and unique name. And I don't think that either of us know anyone named Everett, but I do think that it would work as a kid and as an adult. So definitely a strong guy's name. Grayson is one of the ones that I love. I would love to have Grayson and then call him Gray. And Adam is big on having the full name, so he said he would call him Grayson, but I definitely think that I would nickname him Gray. So I like that. I know that Adam didn't like the nickname of Gray as much as I did, just because of nicknames in general, but also just because he likes the name Grayson, but I don't think he necessarily liked the name Gray. So I just think that is the cutest name, and I would totally name a kid Grayson, but I got vetoed. Next we have Kelvin, which again, it would have that CC initial, depending, I don't know what the middle name would be, but this one is one that I also really like, and I think this was actually Adam's choice to put it on the list, but I don't know if I like the nickname Cal, and I don't know what else you would nickname someone named Kelvin. I don't think I know anyone named Kelvin in real life. Next is Ethan, which I really love this name too. It actually reminds my mom and sister of somebody that we used to know a long time ago, and that kind of made me start associating the name with that person and kind of ruined it for me. But we actually have a friend whose son is Ethan, and I think it's a great name. Again, I think that it would work for a kid, a baby, an adult, an elderly person. I think it's one of those names that is timeless and would grow with him. But again, it's that association thing. It's like every name that you know somebody or you used to know somebody with that name, you then associate it. And if it's not like the most positive thing, then you just don't want to name your kid that. I have two more. The next one is Luca, which again, with the short names, I just can't help myself. I just really love those short names with the longer last name. I just think that it's really cute. You don't need a nickname for it. It's 4 letters, it's easy, and it's not super common. I don't think I know anyone named Luca. Yeah, I don't think I do, and I don't know that Adam does either. Quite a few of the names on the list, we don't know anyone with that name, which is, I guess, kind of a good thing. And then the last name on the list is Clayton, which again with the CC initials, but Clayton I think is really cute. Clay is kind of cute. Clay reminds me of that American Idol guy. I've never even seen American Idol, and wasn't that guy's name Clay? Yeah, Clay Aiken. Yeah. Isn't that so crazy how different names you'll associate it with somebody, even if you don't even know that person or you've never seen that show? I still associate that name with this person on a show I've never seen. So anyway, I really like the name Clayton. I've actually known a couple of people with the last name Clayton, but I've never known anyone with the first name Clayton. So I think it's really cute, and I do like the CC. Alrighty guys, those are all of the names that either me or Adam or both of us really liked, but we are not using. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know your favorite baby names down below. I'm always curious to know names. We searched high and low on a million different lists, and I feel like they all had the same names on them. So I'm really interested to know what your guys' favorite boy and girl names are. Leave them below, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.